Good morning, grade 7. How are you today, miss? Our lesson today, miss, is lesson 6 from chapter 1, multiplying and dividing real numbers. Again, we are dealing with what? With real numbers. It's on page 38. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to add and multiply and divide real numbers. Now, but before we continue the lesson or start the lesson, let's revise together the rules that we have taken about addition and subtraction. Now we say that we took two main rules, okay? When we add, notice that it's addition. It means that the operation between the two numbers is addition. Only it's addition. So it's positive between two numbers. If we add two numbers that have the same sign, easily we add them together, okay? We add, we get the answer, and then we add the sign of the two numbers to the sum or to the answer, okay? For example, -3 plus -6 equals -9. Now, if the two numbers that we add them together have different signs, one positive, one negative, so easily we subtract the small number from, the greater number. We subtract ordinary and ignore the signs, okay? For example, as we have here 5 plus -2. One of them is positive, one of them is negative. So we subtract 5 minus 2 and we ignore the signs. 5 minus 2 equals 3. Then we ask ourselves, what's the sign of the greater number? Here, it's positive, so the answer will be in positive. If it's negative, for example, like, -7 plus 4, the answer is 3, but with negative sign. Why? Because the sign of the, greater number is negative. Okay, now let's start with the lesson. Since you inshallah completed lesson 5, let's go to lesson 6, rules for multiplying and dividing, for multiplication and division. Now, two main rules again. If actually two numbers have the same sign, their product or quotient is positive. We are talking about the same sign, if it's positive or negative. So -1 over -3 is 1 over 3, okay? Now, if two numbers have different signs, so their product or quotient will be negative, okay? So again, same sign, positive, positive, the answer is positive. Negative times negative, the answer is positive. Negative divided by negative, the answer is positive. Now, different signs, look at the negative sign, it's the stronger one. So it should or must be in the answer. Negative times positive, negative. Okay, negative divided by positive, negative. Positive divided by negative, negative. Okay. Now, again, they revise together or revise with us. Okay, when you multiply or divide two numbers, the sign of the numbers determine whether the result is positive or negative. Both positive, the product or the quotient is positive. One negative, the product or the quotient is negative. Both negative, the product and the quotient is what? Positive. Okay, now here is another rule, okay, which is, let's say, multiplying and dividing with 0. Okay, now any real number multiplied by 0 will give you 0, and 0 divided by any real number will be 0. The problem if the 0 be in the denominator. If I say 8 divided by 0, 10 divided by 0, -5 divided by 0, any number that is divided by 0 will give me undefined value. It's not real number, it's undefined value. Okay, now another property, which is the inverse property of multiplication, it tells you that for any real number A, there is a multiplicative inverse, which is 1 over a. So for any number that's a, there is what I call it multiplicative inverse 1 over a, or I cannot call it the reciprocal. But reciprocal, actually I can say it's general for any fraction which is like a over b. There is a reciprocal which is b over a. Now let's say that the multiplicative inverse is a special case from the reciprocal, whereas a is 1 actually. So you know that if we multiply the reciprocal with the number itself, or the fraction, of course, because the reciprocal will be for a fraction, the answer will be 1. Okay? If we multiply a times 1 over a, the number a with its multiplicative inverse 1 over a, the answer will be again 1. Okay? The last rule is when we divide fractions. Now, if I divide the fractions, actually I have to convert the division sign into multiplication and take the reciprocal of the denominator, or just flip it. Flip the denominator. Okay? For example, 1 over 3 divided by 3 over 5. Okay? What shall we do, miss? As you can notice here, I convert the division into multiplication. I keep the number before the division, okay, as it, so it will stay 1 over 3 times. Then I take the reciprocal for the rest. Let's say, flip numerator in place of denominator and denominator in place of numerator. Okay? So I end by this, okay, my explanation. Let's go to the class, to the class and discuss together the lesson of multiplying and dividing real numbers, okay?